Good morning. This is Nicholas. I just got done meditating and I had a fun visual that I'll share to you in the form of a meditation. So if you want to close your eyes and do this meditation with me, it kind of reminds me of something you'd see like if you remember Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Playhouse, where he goes to make his breakfast and there's a little ball that drops in and it hits this and then it hits that and it makes toast and it makes eggs. It's one of those things, or like in the movie Goonies where he opens the gate with all these contraptions. So it takes the form of part of the sun or the great central sun coming down basically through your top chakra and then going through your body like that ball. And so I kept thinking of these funny visuals for it, or fun visuals really. And I think I'll probably try it for the next few days, just imagining it. Part of the pieces of it are, I imagine, like the game Chutes and Ladders, if you ever played that as a kid. The ladders in the top part of my body will be like DNA strands because they look like ladders, and the ball goes through there. And sometimes I think of dominoes being on them, and so the dominoes get flipped over by the sun as it's going through the whole body. But then sometimes the dominoes will flip to the side, and almost like the game of Scrabble, there'll be letters on it, like the word intuition or superpowers or self-love. And so the idea there is that if you've heard of our DNA being changed, the light codes coming in, so the sun is changing the light codes of the DNA, and you see the result of you're getting intuition, you're getting superpowers, you're getting self-love, things like that. When it gets down into the bowels, the bowels is where we, after we've digested food, we kind of expel and excrete the junk. And so that sun, imagine the bowels being like the chutes and ladders. They're the slide. So the ball, I think of the sun almost like a marble, a hot marble, yellow hot marble, and it's going through all those chutes and going through. And as it is, it's like a lint collector, and it's collecting all the negative energy or the old energy that doesn't need to be there anymore. And then right at the end, it goes out the bottom hole. And I imagine, of course, my feet are planted into the earth. I'm part of Gaia. And so as it goes in, right as it's on between me and the earth, it kind of does the thing like, if you know Fantastic Four, there's a guy, the Human Torch, and he's the fire guy. And so he can go flame on. And so right as it does, the sun is all filled with that lint, and it goes poof, and it cleanses itself. So when it goes into Gaia, even though Gaia can take it, it goes in there clean, and now it's going to drop in there and cleanse Gaia and do some other stuff. So I'll go into the kind of the meditation thinking of it. So let's do that. Close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Out. In. Out. And imagine yourself, whether you're sitting or standing, as though your body, at least from the top of your head down to your bottom, is just a straight line. If you're lying down, same thing. Just imagine yourself being really straight. And imagine way up in space you have the sun, or the great central sun, just the sun figure. And you've got that line going from your head attached right up to it. So you're attached to the cosmos, and it's almost like a pole that a fireman would slide right down. And on top of your head is a big funnel, kind of like the funnel that if you dropped a coin in the wishing well funnel at some mall, and the coin goes around and around and around until it finally goes down in the hole. That's on top of your head. So up there at that great central sun, it divides out. So it stays where it's at. We don't lose that sun as it goes through you, but it's there, and like a version of it just comes out from it. So you got two of them. And this version comes down, slides down the pole, almost like if you're at the county fair and they've got the fall of doom or something like that, where you go all the way up and it just slides right down the pole, the drop of death or something like that. So the sun slides right down, it lands in the funnel, and it starts going around and around like the penny going down the wishing well. And then finally, and you've got this huge open funnel, so it can receive all the cosmic energy that's coming from the heavens, including this ball of light. And so it can fit down the hole. It kind of gets smaller and smaller, but as it gets denser and denser, it's just more powerful. And it finally drops right into your noggin, right down into you, going past those top chakras, the crown and the pineal gland and the throat chakra, and it's going down into your body. As it does, it hits one of the planks, one of the diagonal planks where you have all these sets of dominoes, and it starts going through. Maybe you magnify in on your body, so there's lots of room. There's all sorts of scaffolding with all these dominoes, and the sun is just going through, and it's re-zipping the DNA. Those dominoes are DNA, and so it's going down through those ladders of DNA, and as it is, it's turning them on. It's turning on all that dormant DNA, all those codes that have been encoded from ancient times when our progenitors were encoded with all this DNA, and maybe even different hacks were made in the DNA to splice in different pieces that were good, but now have been maybe programmed out. So the sun is going through, and with its light codes, it is unzipping all that DNA. But not only that, these dominoes are like Scrabble pieces. So as it's going through, sometimes the dominoes knock down, sometimes they turn sideways, and you see a word like intuition. Oh wow, I've just been unlocked to have new intuition. Oh, look at that, a word, superpowers. I have superpowers now. Wow, look at that, self-love. I believe that I'm worthy to receive this, and I have the Godhead in me. And so all these dormant codes are being unlocked. The other visual that you can have is if you've ever looked into sacred geometry and someone drawing a pattern on your body of different nodes of energy vortexes, and it makes like triangles and different things. You could have the sun just kind of delicately trace those lines and make the tree of life on you and different patterns that reinforce your understanding of your geometric nature. So if you look into that, you can use that image as well. So at this point, the sun has gone through the body. It's made changes in your DNA. It's also illuminating each part that it goes to. So your body's lighting up inside. It's becoming the light body. It's almost like as those dominoes get knocked down, it's knocking off a cover where light is now coming through that pore. And so light is starting to shine all through your body. And at this point, the sun is now coming to, it's gone past the stomach. It's gone, so chakra-wise, it did all that heart work, going through all the dominoes and maybe into that solar plexus chakra. And now it's coming down into those lower two with the sacral and root chakra. And this is the part where you can imagine it entering your bowels, where you excrete food, where it excretes out of your body, but it's more like a smooth slide, and it's just got more energy, like this denser energy that's no longer serving you in there. And the sun rolls through those slides, rolls through that, more like a slide at a park that's totally covered. Kid goes through the top, you don't see him until he comes out the bottom. And that sun is rolling through, and it's collecting lint energy, the old energy. And as it comes through, it's still bright and sunny, but it goes through, gets all that stuff, and you can just tell there's like a haze or an atmosphere around it of the lint that it's picked up. And as it comes out the bottom, right out the bottom of the root chakra, and your feet are planted firmly into the earth, like your toes become roots and go right down to the very center of the earth, so you're one with Gaia, you're one with her energy, and you are, this sun comes out, and as it's on its way down to Gaia, it goes poof, flame on, and it's like all that lint just gets poof, burned up, like it didn't even exist. It's just gone. Kind of like when you throw something in a fire, it's there, it's a piece of paper, and then all of a sudden it's gone, it just disappeared. And so this sun now goes down into Gaia, and what it's like is, it's imagined like a big gumball machine, and someone just inserted a bunch of gumballs from the top, and so that gumball drops in from the top, and there's all the suns from however many times you might have done this type of meditation, like versions of the sun that are in there, so it joins those. But this particular one levitates right into the middle of Gaia, of the earth, and it expands out and it fills out to the limits of Gaia. So like all its good, brilliant energy. This energy also includes part of you, because you deposited part of who you are. The sun got to experience going through you, and it's picked up elements of you and who you are and your energy, and it's gone in there and it's merged with Gaia. So Gaia knows you better because that sun traveled through you. And that sun goes all the way to the periphery, so that if you imagine drawing a sun with little rays of light coming out there, like a kid drawing a sun and then drawing the almost like waves of light energy around it, that's coming off the edge of the earth and it's coming through you. And you just look around the earth and you see all sorts of people like you meditating, and it's like those little beams of light are coming up through them, through their feet, through their roots, right up into them. So you've also shared with the collective and said, hey, I offer this meditation to you all as well. And vice versa. What they're doing is going down to Gaia and coming up through you. So it's like we are all becoming merged with those points of light, the light codes coming up through Gaia, Gaia and the sun being merged, us and the sun and Gaia being merged all together. And so that light's coming up. And what it's also doing is it's pushing back. Imagine the atmosphere around Gaia being somewhat hazy, like fog or dense, or even if you don't go the dark side of it, it's just the atmosphere that you imagine, like enough, the cities, and then above there's the sky and clouds, but they're fairly low altitude. But because of these light rays, it's almost like pushing the atmosphere back. So there's more glory, more area to explore, and the atmosphere is going out. It's also enriching with color because the light, it brings definition. Like right now you can see as I'm filming this, it's early morning, so it's kind of dim and dark. But as the light comes up, you'll see so much more definition of this room, or in this case, the atmosphere. And so it's showing all the higher dimensional beings that we couldn't see that were in that atmosphere, that we are going to see as we start moving into that 5 density, and just what was always there becomes revealed. So the idea of the new earth, so it's coming out. And so as I end this meditation, you end on the note of just you've been transformed, all those things inside of you. The earth has been transformed. You've been connected with the earth, and the earth has become the new earth. And you've also blessed the collective of all those other people meditating along with you. And so take another deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more in. And last one out. And so if that idea inspires you, you can use it. I'm going to use it a few more times. Or just the idea of thinking of cool ideas like that could be inspiration for you. Sometimes you go on, you find guided meditations where people have been inspired to come up with little constructs with that, like that. And then they put them out on YouTube and you benefit from it. But on one hand, that could be a bit passive too. You might have a lot of creativity in you where you're just like imagining it and seeing it a whole different way because I watched Pee Wee Herman as a kid, or I'm thinking of all the Chutes and Ladders as a kid. Maybe you didn't play Chutes and Ladders as a kid. So whatever is unique to you might be the kind of the fun way to package your own custom meditation. And have a great day.